Okay, so another weekly eBay recap. As you can see by the tabs open, I've sold quite a lot over the last week. Although these last couple tabs here are not sales, or inventory pickups that'll show you. So a lot of the sales are from that lot of 233 that I got last week. I've had it for exactly a week now. I have sold quite a lot of it. I have also went through every single one. It has been photographed, and it has either been listed and sold, or I have a draft for it to be listing it over the next couple of weeks. All in, I paid about it was about 100. I want to say 180. All in is what I paid for so far in profits. I've made $140, and that's in the 1 week of having it. So obviously, I will make out very well on that lot. That was definitely a total score that I actually wasn't even really serious about buying that lot. I kind of just looked at it and figured I'll throw some bids in there in the last couple hours, and then actually I figured, well, if it really is 233, I can, I'll go be a little more serious on it and just bid on it. I figured, I could do the $200 easily and not lose money on it. There's no way I could. So, like I said, that was actually a total fluke how I ended up winning that. But definitely glad I did, because that gave me a lot of inventory, and I'm gonna make great money. As obviously a lot of them you'll see are for $5.99, $6.99. Some of them are some of them are a little more than that. And the margins obviously are super great when you only paid 77 cents each for them. Shipping cost me 70 cents. As you can see, I charge $1 for shipping. So I make the money, make a little bit of money on the shipping. The fees are not that much. A lot of them, the fees are $1.30, $1.40 usually, or $1.30 to $1.50 is about usually where the fees are. So so I'm making $3, $4, $5 on them. So, but to start it off, this one is not this FDNY Engine 42. This is not from that lot of 200. It's from a lot of 60. It was my very first auction win, actually, that I decided that I got purely for reselling, and that's turned out okay. But sold that finally for 6. So next, this pretty much if it's not from the lot of 200, I'm gonna keep calling it the lot of 200. That's how I put it in my like how I did it inventory wise. It's 200 A, B, C, D, E, F. I went all the way up to F for the folders that I put them in for storage purposes. So, Huntington Woods Public Safety for Michigan for 6. Another Portage, Michigan Public Safety. I actually do have ones that are the actual, just the Portage, Michigan ones, like this little fire patch right here. I do have some of those, actually, so sold that for 7. Amherst, Ohio for 6. Buffalo Fire for 5. This went locally. This was not out of that lot of 200. This was out of a lot of New York stuff that I picked up. Tallahassee for 6. Columbia, Connecticut for 7. Brookfield, Connecticut for 7. Aldine, Texas, and Ingleton, Texas. These both sold together for $5.99 and $6.99. Lyon Township, Michigan for 7. This Stuyvesant, New York for 5. That was not out of that lot of 200. Burbank Paradise for 7. This Illinois one for 6. Bellbrook, Ohio for 7. Portland, Maine, Medical Crisis Unit Paramedic. I don't quite remember what I had this list for. $6.99, $7.99, something along the lines, maybe $8.99. As you can see, I took a best offer of $5 because, as you can see, I've had it for a while, October 15th, so I took that to get rid of that. Extel, Kansas for 6, and Boeing for 6. These two sold together. And that Boeing is for the actual manufacturer of Boeing. They have their own fire department as their plant. Obviously, as some of their plants are super massive and you're playing around with airplanes, definitely a good idea to have your own fire department. So that was a cool one. This one was not out of the lot of 200. This one was. This was out of a different lot that I picked up. Uh, Bedford, Virginia for 6. Camptonville, California for 7. I have two different ones of these. Of this Louisiana one of Catfish Capital. Two different versions that you'll see both of those sold. So sold this one for 6. Then there was this Duncan, Oklahoma for 6, and then the other Catfish Capital for 6. These two sold together on the same lot. Oceanic Travis Staten Island for 8. This one was not out of that lot of 200. This was out of a lot of 9 New York fire patches that I picked up. Because there was one in there. That one was one of the few occasions where there was actually something in there that I wanted, and the rest of them happened to come with it. Boston Fire Engine 17, Ladder 7, and District 7 for 4. A lot of these Boston ones are not, or 3-night are not very valuable. They're very common from a lot of the big patch makers who will list them for like $3.50 free shipping, or list them around this price. So not that good. This was out of a different lot of 60 actually that I picked up that I'm pretty sure was from the same seller. I think. Next is these 3 different Belmont in Greenville, South Carolina. The breast cancer awareness one, autism awareness, and then just a basic one. Each one sold for $6.99. I did refund the buyer, I think $1.75 back on shipping because I had to ship this in a bigger envelope. So that was definitely very good. Next is Putnam County, New York, pipes and drums for 10. This was not out of the 200. This was not out of the pipes and drums lot either. This was out of, I want to say, the New York ones that the Buffalo ones came out of. So next we got Hollywood, Florida for 7. Jewett City, Connecticut for 8. This Illinois one's for 7. Hold on a second. Okay. Truck fire. U.S. Department of Defense Police for 7. This one came out of, this was out of a lot of 16 or 15. It was a time where I ordered, there was 15, I think, there was a lot of 15 and a lot of 16. One of them was like fire, one of them was police, so I think that's around where this came from. Fort Lauderdale for 9, Charleston, West Virginia for 5, Portland, Oregon Police Reserve. I had this listed for $9.99, took the best offer of 8 on it to get rid of it. As you can see, I've had that a while. This Florida one, another Florida one for 7. Cheney, Washington for 6. And then this one is the last one, Glendale, Missouri for 6. I did a lot of them. I noticed actually there was a lot of Michigan ones in specific. I definitely tried to keep all like the same state together when I listed them. I've been doing about 10 listings a day, and I've been kind of keeping them to try and keep them like all the same state together for one day. So if someone wants, shopping for that state, and they can do it all together instead of over multiple days of listing, buying from me, trying to keep it all at once. Maybe do combined shipping if necessary. So that's kind of the plan with that. So next we're gonna get into some inventory and in a different auction that I'm looking at that I don't think I'm gonna end up winning here, but we got 24 hours. We're doing a countdown here, so. But it's not looking too good. We got 11 watchers, 18 bids from 7 different people, and it's up to 102.50. Much more here, and this is gonna get a little out of my price range for it's it's going to be a little high, little bit of a high average cost for my liking, but it does have some nice local ones I would like to get. So we'll see about that. Next, this is a different lot that I picked up super cheap, because actually it's listed in the wrong category. As you can see, it's listed under U.S. territories, which is not where it belongs. I just happened to see it because sometimes I will look at just or just under police stuff and see what comes up. So that was a fluke that I found that, but I got that's pretty cheap. Next is this lot of different SWAT patches for 10 plus shipping. These come out about I think it was about 220 or 230 a piece, somewhere around there. But these are kind of specialty ones. These might do, so I think these will do okay or decent, maybe. I don't know, $5.99. Put them to auction, see where they go from there. And then one more thing I want to show you. This lot of New York police patches. But I picked it up specifically for this police negotiator, hostage management team, and this Monroe County crime lab over in Rochester. Those are the two I specifically picked it up for, and then there's these other nice, cool ones that I'm not going to keep. I am going to sell them off because this, obviously, I paid up pretty pricey on these ones. Average cost each on these is almost like $6, which is very high, but I wanted to hurry up and scoop this up before someone else stole them out from under me. The next is these pins that I've got. I was keeping most of these, but there was a couple ones in here I didn't want, so like the Ventura County, the international, the two international ones, truck ones, and the rest of these I got. Then that one right there. So that's that. I got a lot of inventory to list, a lot of drafts, so I have a lot of stuff that can be that's queued up to be listed over the next couple weeks. And there are a couple other things coming in, and depending on whatever else gets listed, that I see that gets listed over the next couple weeks. So that's that for this weekly eBay recap. Hoping the trend will continue, and I'll do this good next week. So we will see you next week.